Hey, how you doing? This is Pastor Ware once again with your mental health moment. As we've been talking about the last couple of weeks, today I'd like to talk a little bit more about triggers. Remember we talked about trigger is really just a emotional response, even sometimes psychological response to a previous trauma that you may have experienced or honestly just witnessed, and it had a profound impact upon you. So today I want to actually start to deal with how we deal with triggers once they actually show up in our lives. And really I want you to consider three things: stop, look, and listen. Stop, look, and listen. Now, obviously, these are actually good things to remember in almost any situation. But the first thing is when we start to feel quote unquote triggered, then the first thing we should do is stop. We should not try to make any decisions. In some cases, we shouldn't say anything. We should try to, if possible, make sure we limit our actions until we're able to do the second two parts, to look and to listen. But the thing is this, is we don't want to just react off of being triggered. And sometimes doing that, we will have a response that is not proportionate, is not equal to what was presented to us. And so sometimes we really just want to make sure that we watch our responses to what is, for lack of a better word, that comes at us. So the first thing is just to stop. Take a breath sometimes, just be quiet for a second. Whatever you got to do, sometimes a person might have to just clench their hands. Whatever you got to do to just stop yourself in your tracks just for a second. That is the first thing. The second thing is look at the situation. To look at it to see, is this just a reminder of something that was in the past, but this is not that thing? Be able to look at it objectively, be able to look at it in a way that is as reasonable as you can be in the state that you're in. So therefore, you want to take the time to actually look at it for what it is. Not what you think it might be, not what it's been in the past, but what it is right now. Be able to look at it with reasonable eyes as much as possible. And then the last thing is listen. Now, this is different. I'm going to listen to what my body, what my heart, what my mind is saying to me. So even though we are not controlled by our triggers, even though we don't have to definitely be for lack of a better word, we don't have to be ruled by those. We do want to make sure we are listening to ourselves. So if I'm feeling that I am fearful, if I'm feeling that I am angry, I want to be able to not ignore that, but to be able to listen to it. So then I can then make decisions that what to do with it. Because even the Bible says what? Be angry, but sin not. So therefore, I do want to be emotionally mature enough to be able to feel and acknowledge my feelings, because there are many times when we do have to express those. So we don't want to totally suppress that. We want to be able to experience them. We want to be able to feel them, but to be emotionally mature enough to be able to express them in a way in which we are in control. So once again, we're going to stop what you're doing, and then make sure you don't respond out of the trigger. We're going to look at the situation, look at what is going on as objectively and reasonably as you can. And then lastly, you're going to listen to yourself so that you can be able to know what's going on with you, so that you can then respond in a way that is under your control. God bless you. See you again next week. Peace.